You guys already know what's up. Oh yes, we have the oats, we have the cocoa, we have the bananas. It's about to go down. If this isn't the most obvious sign that I'm about to start recording Zach. I just casually set up this ring light. Zach's just sitting here like has no idea anything is going on. Is like, why is this ring light on me? I set it up because I wanted to come say hi and ask, are you jealous of this? Are you so jealous?
Oh, no, this is mine.
No, and give it.
Thank you for breakfast. I was hungry.
Yeah, right. Oh, Zach's LinkedIn. Wait, click on your picture. This was Zach in college. College Zach. Now look at him. Look at him.
Things have fallen. So young and promising and had all the high hopes in the world.
And then
I'm
what?
just stuck here.
If anything, that man had no idea you'd end up where you are today. That's such a stallion.
Oh yeah, you want to be called a stallion?
Wait, what is that?
What?
But one thing we haven't discussed this morning, Zach, I remember.
Yeah, Clancy.
What? By the way, we both always say it's so weird when we say each other's names because, like, I don't ever call him Zach. He never calls me Clancy. So say it. Say, like, hey, Clancy.
Hey, Clancy.
Oh, it sounds so weird. One thing we have not discussed is I remember the sleepwalking cat situation last night.
I was watching football last night. Clancy pops out of the bedroom and like looks like a zombie just because she's like asleep.
I'm sleepwalking.
Her eyes will just be like, her hair's like down and it's like a zombie walking out, and I just like see her figure in the door. She's like, I had a nightmare. I'm like, oh, okay, honey, like, is everything all right? Like, are you doing okay? And she's like, there's cats in the bed. I'm like, oh, okay, like, there's not, so don't worry about it. She's like, will you tuck me back in? Because I tuck her in every night if you didn't know. So we tucked her back in. We checked the bed for cats.
For the record, we don't own a cat. There were no cats in the bed. So when you sleepwalk, you don't remember everything. You remember bits and pieces. And I didn't even remember this sleepwalking incident until I got to my live shot this morning. But I remember like waking up and being like, get out of the bed, like get out. And like that would be a scene to see. So I'm like trying to like punch them out, which is not good. That was really scary. But Zach saved the day.
I got those pesky cats out.
And this is our current work from home setup. I'm always planted here doing all of my news things. Zach is always at the kitchen table doing his things. You didn't really ever say that was gonna be your spot, but it is.
It is. And that's your spot.
But what is the update for you guys? Like, what's your current situation with the pandemic and all and working from home?
We are working from home at least through the end of the year now. We're doing a 50% schedule, so half the office was going in, half the office wasn't. So you'd go in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday. And then a lot of the people that had kids just didn't go in at all since the pandemic. So they haven't been in like 7-8 months just because of schedules and everything else. So we are remote now since about a week ago through the end of the year, and then reevaluate, I'm sure, Jan 1. Jan 1, not January 1st, Jan 1. And then we just got a message notification saying we are going to be working from home until at least February 1st. And that's when we'll reevaluate, but it's crazy. I mean, I remember distinctly talking to a friend who was like, oh, we're working from home until 2021, back in like July. It was actually the 4th of July. And I was like, what? That's insane. By that point, we were supposed to go back into the office in like August and still not there. So it's crazy, but we're making it work. Speaking of all this craziness, right now I'm working on a story that I've actually been working on a couple stories this week. If these stories don't make you stop and think about what you're doing and wearing a mask, not going to huge parties or anything like that, like I don't know what would. So I actually do want to talk about that, but first I actually need to put the stories together. And of course, eat my breakfast. It's so funny, if you leave oatmeal in long enough, it's just, that does not even look appetizing. But it is, I promise it is. You know what, guys? It has been a long, hard work day. Finally, though, it was over, and I was ready to eat my favorite lunch in the world when I realized I didn't have it. I forgot. I went to Kroger this weekend, and they did not have all of the ingredients that I desired. So that's what we're doing right now. And yes, this is dedication, because I could have just eaten any old thing in my apartment, but no. No, it's a Monday, and we deserve greatness. Step 1 is grapes, which is on the path to greatness, but we're not there yet. Words cannot explain how much I want these in my life right now, because there's no better combination than dark chocolate and pretzels, but we're not gonna do it. We're not doing it. This, my friends, is what greatness looks like. Atlantic salmon, heck yes. Bone apple teeth,
yes, that trip to Kroger was 100% worth it. As you can see, we have some butternut squash, which I already cooked up yesterday, and then the king of the show, the star of the show, the salmon. Heck yeah. Getting dressed for work nowadays genuinely feels like I'm going to war. Like with the amount of layers and just things that I am wearing. And it feels so uncomfortable, but it is just so necessary. Today I have the pleasure of reporting in 27-degree weather. Does this hat look weird? I don't know. But the story I am doing is so important. It's something I want to talk to you guys about when I get back. It is eye-opening. So I'm gonna go finish putting on my layers because yes, we have the ski pants. What was that? Yeah, ski pants. Anything below 40, ski pants. You gotta do it.
A student at Miami University is warning others about the long-term complications of COVID-19 after she was diagnosed with a heart condition. Local 12's Clancy Burke joins us live and has her story this morning. Hey, Clancy.
Hey, Bob. This is Zoe Rapkin's senior year of college. In a normal year, she'd be going to parties and worrying about applying for jobs, but instead, she's going to doctor's appointments and worried about her health.
The story that I was covering this morning, I think, is not just important for Local 12 viewers to hear where I work, but also you guys. And this is something that I don't know, I just feel like with the pandemic, it's just been such a like up and down type thing, especially for me as an individual. Like I go from being like, okay, I'm not scared, I can go to the grocery store, have my mask, and then I become not terrified, but it's so scary. And you think of COVID-19, you think of like, at least for me, okay, you know, if I get it, I'll be sick for 2 weeks max and then I'll get better and then I'll be fine. But the really scary thing is that for some people, that's not the case. A senior at Miami University, Zoe Rapkin, reached out to me last week telling me about her experience. And by the way, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the area, this is not the University of Miami in Florida. This is Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. So she's from Cincinnati and she tested positive for COVID back in October. Her COVID experience though wasn't really too bad. She said it kind of just felt like a cold. She did lose her taste and smell, but then she recovered and thought everything was back to normal. All of a sudden though, one night she woke up at around 3 a.m. in her apartment at Miami University with a terrible pain in her chest. I mean, she said it was unbearable. It was like something she has never felt in her life, and she ended up going to see a cardiologist at Christ Hospital. The EKG scan came back abnormal. Turns out she was diagnosed with myocarditis, which is a heart condition, and this was a direct result of having COVID.
And if not treated, it can lead to heart failure and cardiac arrest. When I was heard about this, I was just like, how is this possible for a 21-year-old? Never in my life have I heard anything like this.
This is something they're seeing pop up in COVID patients. And the really scary thing is, I mean, she had no underlying health conditions, perfectly healthy 21-year-old female, and suddenly she has this heart condition. Most recently, a tight end on the Buffalo Bills, Tommy Sweeney, also was diagnosed with myocarditis after testing positive for COVID. He's gonna be out the whole season. The good news is for Zoe, this heart condition is treatable. She has a scan to find out just how bad the damage is to her heart, because that's gonna help decide how long it's gonna take her to recover. Could be months, could be years. It all depends on how she responds to the medication. But the reason she reached out to me is because she wants people who have tested positive for COVID to know that your journey doesn't necessarily end as soon as you stop quarantining, as soon as you recover from the actual sickness. For her, she was just laying in bed one night and that is what told her something is wrong. Don't ignore those symptoms and signs because myocarditis is treatable. However, if you don't recognize those symptoms and signs, if you're not getting treatment, it could be deadly.
And I've been saying on my social media, I'm not trying to scare you at all, but it just doesn't hurt to go get checked out. I'd hate to hear about someone having a horrible reaction or go into cardiac arrest because they had no idea.
That to me is the scariest part about this whole COVID thing. I mean, when it comes to older people, even just having COVID is horrible. It could be deadly right there and then, and it could be deadly for me too, but for especially young people, what my main fear is the after effects. Things are just getting really scary once again. We had this wave where in the beginning it was so bad, and then it's just in summer everything leveled off. And now that it's getting colder and people are staying in more, it's just exploding. I actually spoke to a nurse last week about his experience in the hospital.
He thinks things are going to get worse before they get better. He tells me he wants to be wrong. He hopes he's wrong. He'll be happy if he's wrong, but we haven't even hit flu season, and yet these hospitals are filling with patients.
To see somebody who is struggling to breathe and gasping for air, and they're looking at you, and you're the last person they're going to see before they die. It's awful.
And his message was one we've been hearing for so long. He is begging people to wear a mask. I hope this doesn't come across as preachy. I never want to be preachy. I'm not judging you for this or that. I just think it's important to be mindful of where we're at, what could happen, the fact that this is real, it is serious. I still get messages on my work accounts all the time saying this is a hoax and you're just reporting a hoax, and I'm like, there are people dying. Like do you think that's just all made up? And it's just really frustrating to see that and then to hear stories like this one with Zoe.
The thing that bothers me the most, I would say, that I see is like, oh, COVID's a hoax or COVID's a conspiracy theory. And it's like, no, like, I got a heart condition from this. And I'm young too. Like, that should be scary to someone.
Throughout the pandemic, we all make mistakes. I have made so many mistakes where I'm just like, why did I do that? Like, I'll never forget when the bars and restaurants first opened up in Ohio and Kentucky. We went out that first weekend because you think like the government's telling you it's okay, you know, you can go out, and you're told all these guidelines will be followed. The bar that we were at, it was like COVID didn't exist. And in the moment, that's the really tricky thing about this. You don't realize, like, because it's just normal to you. You're like, oh yeah, of course I'm walking around. People weren't sitting down at their own table the way it should have been. And I'm not going to say the place. I'm not trying to rat them out, but people were just walking right around. I woke up the next morning and was like, what the heck? That has not happened since. I mean, every single other place I've been to has been, you know, the socially distanced seating. But to be honest, within probably the last month, I just haven't really gone out, like, at all. I'll go to the grocery store. Other than that, oh, and if I have to like pick up something at Target or something, but other than that, like, I just have not been going out. It's probably gonna be that way for a while.
And that's okay, because this couch right here is comfy. That is where my butt has been planted for weeks, where it will be planted for weeks. Oh my gosh. Stop, I did not plan that. Is that like a butt imprint? Do you see that? Like, it's kind of like sunken in a little. And to clarify, before even now, it's not that I was going out and raging and doing everything, but with the warm weather, you could do more. For example, I would just go on walks to the park. I would, you know, just be outside, go on runs, and I would do outdoor dining where I did feel safe outside, or at least safer. But I'll be honest, with the whole indoor dining thing, it's just something I am personally making the decision to skip out on. It's just not something I personally want to do. And that's not to say though that I'm not supporting local businesses. Instead of going out and eating, I'm bringing it back with me. I am not cooking on the weekends. I still encourage you guys to support local businesses, and I still am. Keep in mind that this is not just like a health issue. This is a human issue where people are losing their jobs, their businesses, and we have to keep that in mind too. I definitely am still finding ways to still support local. It's just gonna look a little bit different. So I'm just sitting here hard at work, minding my own business, trying to get the job done, when Zach over here has to diminish me to make himself feel better.
Yeah, is that what I do?
I'm just sitting right here, typing away, doing my work. You know how it is when I look up, because I could feel someone looking at me. And Zach is just standing there like that.
When you're on the computer or on your phone, if you're scrolling, you'll just go.
Wait, you can't even see the hip swaying? Yeah.
I've told you that for years, though.
For years, we've known each other for like not even.
Years, yeah, we've been dating
for 2 years.
We've been dating for 2.5
Oh my god, our 2.5 year anniversary is coming up. Do you know what it is?
December 30th.
What? Are you kidding me?
You always say,
I
do it the right way.
No, Zach tries to like subtract the days. I just do it like 6-month anniversary.
I know, but I do it half, because it's like half of the year.
No, we met on June 16th, 2018.
Because it should be that.
So I'm clearly a writer, and it sounds better to be like, oh, December 16th. So it is just
December 16th.
It is so close. Can you believe it was just a couple of short years ago that we met? We laid eyes on each other for the first time.
A couple short years. They felt long though.
Why?
I don't think they want to hear that. It's not good for the views.
What?
What? They'd be jealous of our love.
Oh my gosh, no, it would be funny.
It would be funny in a future video. I recently found my old journal from when Zach and I met. I had lost it, like in the move. I thought it was just out in the world where like a random man is just reading about all of my secrets, and I was very alarmed and weirded out by that and concerned. Seriously, every like month I would just go on like a little search spree for it because I'm like, it can't be lost. But it wasn't lost. It was just really hidden away. Found it, and it has the journal entry from when we met. It's so weird to look back on. There's so many hilarious things, like concerns that I had, but like that didn't end up being concerns. So
yeah.
Let me know if you want me to read it. It's really embarrassing. It really is. Comment below. Never in my wildest dreams did I just didn't think it would become this.
I did.
You knew?
Envisioned it.
You knew? Oh yeah, wait, what's it called? You manifested it.
Yeah. I said it enough times. Clancy will be my girlfriend. Clancy will be my girlfriend. Clancy will be my girlfriend. can do it.
You did it.
I did it. It's like those people that are like, if you just say it enough times, it happens. It's like,
Oh, I know. I know people are gonna get upset, but like, I think it's a lot more to life than just saying it. Like,
I will be rich. I will be hot. I will be strong.
look at you. You're all three of those.
Oh, well, that worked. I'm rich and hot.
You're so rich and
Get
hot.
at me.
Also, I got this for Zach last week. I love how Zach smells his masks before he puts
Because I
them
work
on.
out in them now. Like,
oh.
most people should work out in them.
You know what? That's interesting. I was talking in this vlog, you might have even heard me, about just COVID and how things have been crazy. And I feel like we both have just scaled back on life, I guess.
Yeah, so if I go to the gym the entire time, I have my mask on, and obviously if I drink water, I just pull it down and I put it right back up. I think it's giving me a lot of blackheads.
Not our apartment gym though. This is when Zach goes to the legit gym.
I was just talking to my dad how like I might stop even going to the gym just because if you're gonna get COVID anywhere, the gym is probably the likeliest place to get it. People breathing heavy and sweating.
I haven't been there at all since COVID. You don't really think it's the best?
There's cleaning stations everywhere, and I clean. I mean, I think people do the best they can, but I mean, you're still as likely to get it there as you would be at Kroger or...
I personally just feel like you're more likely to get it at there. I just feel like the gym, a crowded... It depends what gym you go to, but the one we go to happens to have a lot of people. So...
Like, are you calling me out or what?
No. I wasn't meaning like that. I'm like trying to like create like drama for you.
Back off.
No.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
All right. No, but that's smart that you're wearing a mask. Good job. Zach is being smart for once. See ya. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the best part of my day when I get to put my work phone on Do Not Disturb and I don't have to worry about it until tomorrow. Except that actually might be one of the biggest lies I've ever told. I don't even know why I told it. I will probably be checking my email, I would say at least like 6 more times tonight. So I'm about to go nap, and then when I wake up, I check it, and just throughout the night, because I don't know, honestly, part of it is out of like, oh my gosh, is anything like happening that I need to worry about, like any changes in my story tomorrow or anything like that, but also just out of curiosity, like what's going on in the newsroom? What are people, you know, doing? Because we will constantly just get announcements about news things, and I don't know, I feel like everyone's addicted to their work phone, or maybe I'm just saying that to make myself feel better about my life, but like that thing is never more than like 10 feet from me. And actually, I have gotten better about that, where truly on the weekends, I really will turn it off and only check it like twice. When I lived in Dayton for my first job, I would go out with that thing on the weekends. Like, it was a problem. I just felt so like, what if something happens? Like, I need to be on call. And now I'm just like, get me away from it. Like, I need a break. And that is a healthy way to be. So, actually a little preview to one of my future upcoming vlogs. I got some new PJs in the mail, but these are not the only pajamas or things I've ordered. Guys, I went crazy. I went crazy on Cyber Monday and Cyber Week. You'll be seeing that in an upcoming vlog. It is not, like, it's really not good. Like, I haven't added up how much money I've spent, but I have a ballpark number in my head, and I'm gonna add it up for you guys. Don't you worry, we're gonna be real about it, but man. Anyway, my air fryer is going off, my chicken is ready, and that means I am gonna go, but I will talk to you guys later. Bye.